Hey, Callum Wilson. Ooh, I want to know how you score that goal. Get in there. Final Premier League game of the season. It ended at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Newcastle United 2. Back-to-back wins on our final week. Beating Arsenal and now beating Burnley. We have ended the season on a high. It's been a remarkable second half of the season, and the players have never let up. They have continued right to the very end, and as a result of Newcastle winning 2-1 at Turf Moor and Leeds beating Brentford 2-1 at the Brentford Community Stadium, Burnley have been officially relegated from the Premier League. They finish in 18th place and Leeds end the season in 17th. So my commiserations go to Burnley Football Club, because today they actually didn't play all that bad, especially second half. They really made a fist of it, given what was happening, at the Brentford Community Stadium. They knew today that they had to try and better, the result of Brentford Leeds, and they had the home advantage, but they just couldn't quite get themselves over the line. I feel like Burnley, they've punched above their weight as a football club with the facilities, with the money that they spend, and with Sean Dyche getting the sack, it was always going to happen. Eventually, if not this season, it was going to be next season, and as a result, Leeds have managed to keep themselves in the Premier League for another season at least. Unfortunately for Burnley, they will be playing in the Championship. Now, on with the game. Eddie Howe was always going to go strong, and the game was quite quiet for the first 15 minutes, and then we were awarded a penalty. Bruno had a shot. The keeper, Nick Pope, he sort of punched it away, and Nathan Collins for Burnley, he handled the ball inside the box, and it's a clear penalty. It was checked for VAR to see if it was the correct decision, and it was. And Callum Wilson steps up. He makes no mistake. 1-0 to Newcastle. I feel like we're the better side. Would dominate throughout, and we'll get it to half time. It's 1-0 to Newcastle, and in the Brentford Leeds game, it's actually 0-0 at the time. And Burnley, all they need to do really is technically equalise in the second half. But anyway, the second half starts. It's very cagey. Burnley are obviously going to be nervous, given what's happening. At the Brentford Community Stadium with Leeds still drawn 0-0. They're now into 17th spot, and then Burnley make a mistake. We have Alan St Maximin, out wide with the run, and he picks out a great pass, and Callum Wilson is on hand to slot into an empty net pass past Nick Pope, and it's 2-0 to Newcastle. But you know us all too well, we don't do things easy, and Burnley, they have to sort of turn the screw now. They're 2-0 down. Leeds go 1-0 up through Rafinha, and it's totally against them. But Burnley, to their credit, they do actually make a bit of a fight back. They get it back to 2-1 through Kone, but it's a little too late. We had to sort of clear one off the line to try and stop Burnley from equalising. Burnley have another chance up the other end. We have another chance to try and put the final nail in the Burnley coffin, but we're sort of holding on for the 2-1 victory in the end. We do have chances in the second half, but rightly so, Burnley are going to have their set of chances, but the nail was already in Burnley's coffin when Leeds scored late on, deep into stoppage time against Brentford. Obviously, Brentford go down to 10 men. It was always going to be tough for them, and Leeds took a full advantage of it. And Leeds go on to win 2-1 at the Brentford Community Stadium. That means Brentford, have not done their side to help Burnley. Leeds obviously have won the game. They're on 38 points. Burnley are only on 35. So in the end, Leeds stay up, by 3 clear points. And the final whistle goes at Turf Moor. It ends 2-1 to the Toon. And I have to say, it's just been a great effort by our lads to still keep the spirit going. It's very easy when you're safe in the Premier League to switch off and be on the beach holiday mode, but our lads have just kept grinding away. They've kept the spirits up, and in the end we finished 11th in the Premier League. We miss out on 10th place to Brighton on goal difference, but you have to give I say Eddie Howe a lot of credit, because at one point we were 17 points or 18 points behind Brighton, and the fact that we've caught them in the second half of the season and we've pulled the points back that we have. If only we had those 14 games back with Eddie Howe in charge, we could have actually finished in that European spot, that Europa Conference spot in 7th place. We could have finished 8th, but it's been remarkable, and it's been a season to remember, if you like, for all the good reasons. It's been a roller coaster. We had such a poor start, and we've had a really, really good dream ending, the one that we all asked for at the very start of the season. But the future is bright under Eddie Howe. We've got players that are really starting to play under the manager. You've got Joe Linton playing well. Of course, he went off with an injury in the first half, and I do wish him a speedy recovery. He was replaced by Jacob Murphy. But you've got players like Bruno, who's come in. He's brought that extra quality to our midfield. You mentioned the likes of Callum Wilson's come back from injury. His goals, they've been so hard to come by this season because he's been injured. But when he's come back and he's scored, they've been so vital to our push up the league table. If we can keep him fit next season, we're laughing. If we can get that extra striker in. I mentioned the likes of St. Maxim. I thought he played really well today as well. But as I said, there will be changes in the summer, no doubt about that, with the ownership of the money that's in the club. But as I said, we're talking about the here and now. This victory against Burnley at Turf Moor, it's just good that we haven't done sort of Burnley a favour in one way, that we haven't just sat there and rolled over and taken it. We've actually played in a professional manner, and we've gone and got the job done, which is to get the 3 points. It would have been very easy, for us to go to Turf Moor this afternoon and just look to sit there and take the draw and give Burnley all of the respect. But we don't do that under Eddie Howe now, and that's what I love about his management, that he wants all players fired up and to actually play for the badge. And it's just been a pleasure to watch, and as I said, I'm really excited for next season. Also, I just want to say a massive congratulations to Manchester City, who have won the Premier League this afternoon back to back, and I have to say congratulations to Man City and commiserations to Liverpool, who took them all the way. Man City won 3-2 against Aston Villa, the comeback of all comebacks. They were 2-0 down at one point, and within 10 minutes they were 3-2 up, and then Liverpool go and beat Wolves 3-1, which was probably going to happen. It's just been an amazing season, in all aspects. It's just been a one to remember. Hopefully, I said, we can be part of something next season if we can get the investment correct. As said, in terms of the performance from our lads today, fantastic. And it's just sad now that the season's come to an end and we can't keep it going. But as I said, I hope the lads can replicate that, in the start of August, and not start as slow as we did, as I said, at the start of this season. If we can replicate that, we're onto something next season. But as I said, it's finished at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Newcastle United 2. Commiserations to Burnley. They play Championship football next season. It wasn't to be for them. I hope they can bounce back. At the first time of asking if they can give Michael Jackson the money to spend from the parachute payments, and who knows. But in terms of ourselves, we just need to focus on now the summer, let the players go away and relax, and come back ready and going for another fight in the Premier League. And it's just been one of those seasons. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your continued support this season. There will be some content throughout the summer, but in the meantime, it takes 2 seconds to subscribe. Please hit that like button, put your comments down below what you thought of the game. But as said, it's ended at Turf Moor. Burnley 1, Newcastle United 2. Enjoy your summer, and away the lads.